We are here at the 2020 Santa Barbara International Film Festival speaking with the filmmakers.
Brian Morrison, and
I'm John Hancock.
Mark Stafford.
Beautiful. Nice to meet you, gentlemen. Tell us a little bit about your film that's here in the festival this year.
Brian, you want to
Go for it.
So Bastards Road is about this man right here. John served 8 tours overseas and came back in 2009. Everything that he went through, kind of reflects a lot of the things that a lot of the guys he served with went through. Struggles that he went through, and he eventually decided to do something a little bit crazy. He decided to start walking across the country by himself, and went almost 6,000 miles zigzagging across the country, spending weeks by himself at times. But the contrast to that is that, he decided to start visiting a lot of the guys that he served with, some he hadn't seen in a long time, and also some of the families of those he served with that were killed overseas. So,
what inspired you to do that, to make this trek?
Well, honestly, it was a hit to rock bottom, right? And so I'd gotten out in 2009 after 8 deployments, 8.5 years in the Marine Corps. And I didn't know what I was doing really with my life. I had gone to University of Maryland and double majored in Arabic and Russian because I already spoke those languages. I figured I'd phone it in. And immediately I started drinking more and more, and I stopped going to class. Then there's a DUI, then there's another one, and after the second one, it's really a deciding factor of, hey, I don't want to be here anymore, and so attempted suicide. As I'm swallowing pills and as this is really happening and my gut starts wrenching, I decided I really kind of didn't want to do that. So I got in the car, I'm still drunk, and drove all the way to the Baltimore VA hospital, checked myself in. Of course, they're pumping my stomach and doing all sorts of nasty stuff, trying to revive me. I saw a man who walked across the country, and he walked 1 kilometer for each person that had been killed in Iraq or Afghanistan since the 2001 kickoff. Something like that really spoke to me, and I realized that I needed to do that. I didn't realize early on that it was really going to be a self-actualization and healing endeavor. Really, I wanted to do it for others and show others what I was going through, not knowing that as I was going to embark on this journey, I actually was going to start healing myself. And that was it, really. I was 308 pounds. I hated myself. I hated the Marine Corps. I hated everything. I thought I was owed things, and I had to really get my head right. And so that's really the impetus for this journey.
Wow. Well, first and foremost, thank you for your service for that you've spent overseas in deployment. When you were at the lowest point of your life after experiencing all of this, when did you realize that things were going to start turning around, or it would have been the end of the road? When you were getting your stomach pumped, or after you came out of that?
I think it was when my folks were there. I think it was after the stomach pumping and when my folks were actually in the room with me, and I'm handcuffed to the bed because if you attempt suicide, you get handcuffed to the bed. And I'm handcuffed to the bed. I've got nodes all over the place. I've got tubes everywhere, and my folks are inside, and now I've got to come to terms with the fact that I've attempted to do this, and now I have to look at my folks who were so proud of me growing up, and to look at them and say, hey, I fucked a couple things up here, guys, and I'm sorry. And, that was really it.
Wow. How did you find these guys? How did you link up and then make this?
Well, so Brian is a acquaintance. We both went to high school together, and he graduated a year before I did. Now, he lived 3 or 4 doors down from my high school best friend. And so I was in Slidell, Louisiana, I think, by the time he gave me a phone call and said, hey, Dave Parks told me all about you and what you're doing, and I really want to talk to you and see if we can make something happen from this. If this goes well and if we can do it, I'd like to film you and film this journey. And so I stopped what I was doing, flew back, met with him. We had an ad hoc interview for an hour and a half, and then we both looked at each other and said, yeah, let's do this. And so that's really kind of how it happened.
And then when you were making this film, how did you want to create the story that he was telling? Where did you start with your documentary and then see it as he fleshed it out?
Well, John was walking. At Slidell, Louisiana, you probably already logged almost 2,000 miles.
Yeah, for sure.
So I felt like this was an opportunity. I didn't know how long John was going to walk, for how far. I just knew that I had to start documenting the walk in its best way that I could. So I packed after our initial interview that John, had come to almost me while going to a VA appointment.
Yeah.
It was then planning on, okay, how is that first trip gonna look like? And you're moving, your location is different every day. So it really was like, okay, we'll coordinate which airport I have to fly in to get to him. And then that day he'll send me a GPS pin. So I'll be like within 5 or 10 miles of that.
Right on.
I mean, he moved fast.
Yeah.
And so I just packed as much camera gear I could into a rental car and just started shooting.
Wow. How does it feel now that there's a documentary about your experience and your journey? Looking at it?
It's surreal, but I think now more than ever the time is needed to show this because this is just one story. But if I have this story, so do so many other veterans, and it's in the place now where it's supposed to be, and it's now going to start illuminating the stories of other veterans, because I'm not the only one that goes through this. There's a lot of guys that go through this. I mean, if you're looking at it, we've had 60,000 suicides since 2008, 9?
From 2008 to 17.
Yeah, 2008 to 17, you're looking at 60,000 suicides. We effectively kill ourselves better than the enemy ever could. And so it needs to come to light that we are doing this, and that there needs to be a self-accountability, and we need to start healing ourselves. And so to have this here, to have this now, it's not only a blessing, but I think it's needed, and I think the world needs to see this.
So when audiences are watching this film, Bastards Road, and that they're talking to their friends about it, what would be the point of conversation that you would say? Would it be about PTSD? Would it be about, looking at the military, maybe we should do something to change that? Or is it a combination of all of the issues? What do you think that this movie has a mission to go and make a change in the world?
For me, I think the largest takeaway is that you've served, and that you are deserving of a world of peace. But the only way that you deserve that is you have to fight for it. Nobody else is going to fight for that. Nobody else is going to be able to help heal you. You have to take that onto yourself. Now, I walked 5,807 miles. I mean, I'm not suggesting everybody go out and do that. That's insane. But you have to do something to start building yourself up, start touching that dragon, as we call it, and building yourself back up and realizing that you are worth it, you are supported, and that your service was lauded and it was needed at a time.
Wonderfully said. This is your world premiere here in Santa Barbara, the Santa Barbara International Film Festival. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the Santa Barbara International Film Festival organization?
It is incredibly. I'm just floored by the company that we're in here at Santa Barbara. It's such a prestigious film festival, and to be here bringing the film as our premiere, it's just tremendously encouraging, and I'm so thankful to be here.
Wonderful. And where can people go to check out the film? A website, Instagram, Facebook, things like that?
So we have a website, bastardsroad.com. We have a Facebook account, Bastards Road. You type it in Google, you'll get there. So spread the word.
Any particular organizations that you'd like to give a shout out to that would help veterans out there that is highly on your list?
So John has started a nonprofit called Bastards Road Project.
We started this past year, realizing that this helped me so much, and I knew that there's nothing unique or uniquely groundbreaking about the healing power of the outdoors. However, it does need to be given to people. You need to have that ability afforded to you. I realized that in order to do so, I need to help other veterans by taking them on long distance hikes. So we'll do 80 miles over the course of 4 or 5 days throughout the Arizona Trail. I'm based in Phoenix, so throughout the Arizona Trail and the Grand Canyon, a couple other places. We're getting off the ground now, so we are a 501c3. Everything looks good. So we're getting all our paperwork back. You can check all that out at bastardsroadproject.org, as well as Alaska Adventure Project and Sacred Mountain Retreat Center. Those kind of programs are really building veterans to help heal themselves.